Welcome to another FACEHAMMER video. In this video I'm very excited to say we're going to be looking at the brand new Sons of BEHEMAT Battletome first impressions. Lucky enough to have a copy early, so recording this before it goes on pre-order, ready to release on the weekend. So I thought what I'd do is I'll go through the book. I've not actually had a look through this yet. Show you some of the artwork, some of the background, and you can join me on my kind of first impressions. It's a destruction Battletome, obviously, because it's the big boys. And we can go straight in. So I've got this really cool sort of intro page, and then starts off with, it's quite a small book. I mean, we're not talking like a lot of pages, 80 pages by the looks of it, but cool to see the models in all their glory. Having a bit of a bash up. And obviously the lore and background, I've not had a chance to read it yet, but I think that the sort of the premise is that they kind of fight the sort of the big titans of legend for the Age of Myth, and they see like all the new races as like vermin to be crushed and eaten. It says in here, the Gargant race sees its enemy as vermin who exist only to be crushed, hurled and eaten. There you go. So they say that the killing blade causes them but a scratch. It's a Monty Python reference, I think. The well-aimed arrow is no more than a pinprick. The blazing spell scorches but does not slow. Only the most valiant or cunning stand a chance. So you got some Age of Sigmar bros getting mashed up, and sucks to be this dude. What's that about? So talks about the Age of Myth. So basically saying it's passed down as tales around campfires, you know, why we drink fermented vegetable products. So it's basically saying that they talk about that the God Stomper, Gorkamorka and his champion Behemat. So they learn not wisdom but nor caution but ambition, and so they just like violent basically. These are the guys that like going out of the town. I'm gonna read the lore and come back to this when I've had some time. But essentially, it looks like they just like go in and they have their stomping grounds. Love it. So they come through and bash stuff up. So there's quite a lot of background in here actually for something that you'd think would be fairly simplistic. I quite like what they've done here with this foot, so you can see like the toes and here and the heel, the big heel. So you know, I like wrestling, so that army led by a big heel is a really cool concept. So this is called the Stomp, and the big heel is the authority in the Stomp, which I just think's like pretty cool. Under the heel, so that's, you know, that's those with the old ball and chains, and you've got your foot sloggers. These are kind of your base toe in the line. I love it. So it's there's a lot of foot based memes in here, which is quite cool. So, and it talks about the mercenary gargants, and how they kind of interact with other races, and then it goes for each one. So you've got your kraken-eater. I absolutely love this piece of art. And this is just insane. You've got like the water, the boat, the sort of the Idenef kind of look at it. He's just got the boat on the back. The kraken-eaters are really good. I really like those. And then you've got the war stompers. Now these guys are obviously the chaos ones. So these, for those who don't know, these are for order. The kraken are the order mercenaries. The war stompers are the chaos mercenaries, and the gate breakers are the death mercenaries. So, and you've got your little dudes, your man crushers, your sort of your little in inverted commas, and we got quite a nice hobby section in this book. So obviously beautiful new models. I really like this. This is that boat in the side of the mountain, and we've got the models themselves. So you've got the sort of the showcase of the heavy metal paint jobs, absolutely fantastic. The war stompers, which again, lots of nice detail, quite a cool. I mean, this is my favourite is the gate breaker. So this guy's the death one with his gimp mask. So if you like get out the execution type hood, and I like this the gate loincloth, the portcullis, which is very like Nighthaunt. I actually think it'd go really well in a Nighthaunt army. And you can see here, probably in this picture better than the others, how textured the skin is. It's really textured. Now, I do actually have a model, so I'm about to do an unboxing video, and I've not opened the box yet, so I'm quite excited about that. So that video will go up as well, so check that out. I'm trying not to get too much glare on the book. It's quite difficult. It's quite shiny. So cool picture here. Ossiat Bone Reapers. You know, fighting some mega-gargants. Very cool. This is like your typical army list, I think. I think this is quite, must be more than 2,000, I think, because you've got 2 units of 3 dudes and 3 big guys. So I actually think this is too many points, because I think you can only get 3 big, 3 little in an army. It's very simple to write army list for this book. Got some how to paint your skin, some different recipes. Some flesh variants. You've got your pale, your kind of Caucasian, and your kind of your dark skin. Some cool, horrible green fingernails here. Some nice detail work on the eye and the mouth, and these toenails particularly are disgusting. I like those a lot. How to do pale flesh. This is quite a Guilliman flesh, and then you're using Rakarth of dry brushing, and then witch flesh. Then you're using Vulpus pink and stuff to do the pinking. I actually quite like this. It's quite I do like to use Rakarth, and I do use Guilliman when I do skin. Ginger hair if you want your giant to get beaten up. And no, I'm kidding. And then you've got some bones and some cloth variants, and the armor, how to make the armor look detailed, and you've got this kind of all the details. So basically, it's quite a comprehensive guide in here, and it is also a little bit about how to make the normal giants a little bit more interesting. So you've got this peg leg, you've got how to change the club, you've got some how to personalize the faces, which is quite good. I was just out of shot, so I'll just move that in. So how to like make the faces a little bit more interesting. Quite cool. That I will probably be using some of that, because I've got myself 3 giants in order. So we go through that now. We get into the rules now. We're going to do a full in-depth rules show, so I'm not going to man-read book this at you. But essentially, you've got your allegiance, so you've got to pick whether you're kraken-eater, war stomper, or gatebreaker based around your big guy. You've got some objectives, so basically man-crusher gargants count as 10 and mega-gargants count as 20. And then you've got your chuck rocks, which is like a shooting attack you can do where you chuck boulders in the game. Now the taker tribes, these are the ones based around the kraken-eaters, and they get some bonuses for objective capture. And obviously the kraken-eater, if you don't know, can kick objectives around like a football. And they basically get to use triumphs when they kill artifacts, and you can have more artifacts. The taker tribe for me is probably the best for match play, just because all its rules are about objective play, manipulation, and capture. Your stompers, it's more about your little guys, so having lots of the little ones, and your command ability kind of cascades through all of them. So you almost have like one big stomper and loads of little ones. It's probably be quite an effective list. And then you've got your gate breakers, which are kind of in between, really. So the breaker tribes, they've got loads of rules about how to destroy scenery, how to turn stuff into rubble, how to shut down faction terrain, and they also you've got these loathing abilities, so you can re-roll. You get some bonuses in combat, you know, or whatever, depending on what you get. So basically you're kind of like, you hate something in their other arm, you have to roll to see what it is. But your traits and artifacts again, and then we got some stuff in the middle that I normally do this too. So sorry guys if this bit is really important to you, but I normally skip all this. Mercenary rules, so this is probably quite important for people. So with the mercenaries, you can basically, in chaos, death, or destruction, or any of those armies, you can basically put one of these giants in. Now if you put a giant in, then what happens is you basically don't get a command point, but these are match play legal, so it gives you some cool stuff. And then you get some special rules here as well. So it says in here that you can, if you're using this taker, then you can fight the end of the combat phase, but you get to re-roll everything basically, so you can go last. And then each one's got their own. So you can do like mortal wounds from his bad breath, or you can do you can basically make someone might want to hit. So I think the War Stomper's actually pretty good as a mercenary, and the kind of the Gatebreaker I really like. But we'll have a quick look at some of the profiles. I'm not going to do a man read book at you. You'll be able to see these, but from this mega-gargant, you can see that you've got 35 wounds, 4 up save. You know, you've got this is the kraken-eater, so you've got this thing to move the objective, which is quite cool. But again, they're quite a lot of attacks. So you know, 8 attacks with the club, freeze, minus 2 damage. 1 attacks d6, 2 attacks d3. So it's not crazy. And then you've got the War Stomper. So the War Stompers obviously got again 35 wounds again, so it's pretty good. Now his club, he gets more attacks the more people are around him. So he starts off, I think it's like 4 plus whatever the number is. I think it's to a maximum of 10. So he's always going to have at least 5 attacks, and then he goes up to 10 attacks. So it depends on how much stuff's around him. Then you've got the Gatebreaker. Again, we will do a full review of this book and all the rules, but it allows you to destroy terrain, and you know that's really cool. Now this guy, I think, has got quite a lot of damage because he's got 10 attacks with the flail, and it's damage free and it's rend free. So for me, this guy is the guy who does all the damage. He's the damage dealer. I really like this one. I think if I would be tempted to put him into a death army because I think he's quite good, particularly Nighthaunt. And you've got your normal man crushers, 12 wounds apiece, 5 up save. You know, not too bad on the damage, but nothing to write home about. I mean, I think the you know, you're going to be going through with the big boys really. The little ones are cool, but. And then the pitch battle, and this is kind of the interesting bit. So let me try and get this into focus. So you can see here that the Gatebreaker mega-gargant has is 490, the kraken-eater is 490, the War Stomper is 480, and then the man crushes for up to 3 is 480, and then in the BEHEMAT army, their battle line. And maximum size units count as 3. So essentially what you would run is 3 little guys, 480, and then 3 big guys. So there isn't really a lot of play in the army. You can't really do much with it. So you're going to be like 60 points under. So you could buy a command point, and then you're basically straight on. So you're going to be like 1940 to 1960 points, depending on which big guys you take. I'd probably be tempted to take kraken-eater, double Gatebreaker, 3 little ones in the Taker tribe. Just think that's probably quite good. If you're going to run the War Stomper as your general, then you could run lots of little mini man crushers. So you could have like singles, and then you could have like a unit of 3. So that allows you to run like 3 individuals as well, rather than 1 big unit of 3. So yeah, it's not a lot of lists. I mean, you'll quickly exhaust all your options because of what you're allowed in there. And I think didn't check the allies. No allies. They don't get on with anyone. So basically, if you play Sons of BEHEMAT, you are playing with big guys, and that's it. 6 models for your whole army, or you could even do an army with you know, as your minimum. So you're going to have 3 of the little ones and then 3 of the big ones, and that's 2,000 points. Should be a lot of fun. I'm quite interested to see what they're like when you get playing with them. But yeah, that's the Battletome. It's quite cool. I quite like. I need to read the lore and see what they're all about. There's quite a lot of background in there. So there's only 4 war scrolls. The hobby section is really good. I would say everyone needs to pick this up because you can use these in any army. You know, they're mercenaries, so I think this is a great Battletome to own. I think they're going to be awesome models to paint. It goes up to pre-order today, so please help us out by pre-ordering from Element Games by clicking through the link on the website, and we really appreciate that. Hope you've enjoyed this quick overview. I know that some of this is a bit out of focus and you probably want to read the rules and all that and pause it. This isn't about that. This video is just about talking about it and giving you an overview. We will be doing a full in-depth review of the rules and the competitive side of the game, and talking a little bit and have some army list examples. I'm going to write a Nighthaunt list, so check that video out. I've also got the unboxing of the model so you can see what the kit's all about, and I'm going to get to that shortly, so I hope you enjoy that. So thanks for watching, and we'll speak to you all again soon.